victim mentality is not cool. I don't know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did, and it's embarrassing that you utilize their history. You're not living through anything right now. You're overly privileged Americans.
Wow, conservative activist Candace Owens calling out Black Lives Matter protesters who look to disarm her. They caught the attention of rap megastar Kanye West, who said he loves the way Candace thinks, and since his tweet, both he and Owens have received major blowback. Here with more on how she's responding to those attacks is communications director for Turning Point herself, Candace Owens. Candace, first off, when did you actually respond to that heckler? When was it posted, and when did Kanye West get involved?
So this was just last Friday, so all of this has transpired pretty quickly, and then his tweet went out, I believe, on Saturday, and it's been an absolute firestorm since.
And when Kanye West said, I like the way you think, when you looked at it, did you think, oh, that can't possibly be him?
Somebody actually sent it to me in a text, and I thought they were pranking me because I've spoken about Kanye West so much early on in my career here. I've said that he's the only person that is in hip-hop or that has a public stage that is willing to think independently. So I was just surprised.
What do you think about your message that he saw, Kanye West saw, that appeals to him, that he goes, yeah, I'm with her on that?
I do not subscribe to groupthink. I think independently. I'm a free thinker, and I don't believe that because I have a certain skin tone that I absolutely have to subscribe to all of these ideas, which on paper do not make any sense whatsoever.
Once I read what Kanye tweeted, I thought, I wonder, since he's getting backlash, if he regrets that. But then Ebro Darden from Hot 97, the hip-hop DJ, famous DJ, he talked to Kanye, and this is what he said Kanye said. He doubled down, basically, on Trump. Listen.
He said, I do love Donald Trump. Kanye West, quote, I love Donald Trump.
That's what I was going to ask you. People are saying that he's been saying he loves Donald Trump.
Yes.
And he said it.
I love Donald Trump.
Candace, why is that so shocking?
It's not shocking whatsoever to me. If you've been following Kanye West's career, Kanye West has always been an outlier in terms of having his own mind and thinking his own thoughts. They told Kanye that he couldn't be in fashion, so he created an entire brand. They told Kanye that he couldn't like Kim, so he married her. Okay, so this is no surprise whatsoever. This is who Kanye West is fundamentally, a free thinker.
You know, he's the same guy who said George Bush doesn't like black people at a telethon for victims of Katrina.
Yes, absolutely. And I hear people saying that all the time, as if people are not allowed to evolve and have their ideas evolve over time. And I hate that. That's exactly the idea that the left has, is that once you say something, you must always stick to it.
Never
you
took
can't
it back.
form your opinions over time. Right, and I understand that, but that's something that I was 2 years ago a liberal. So is that how we work now on the right? That we say that if you have a certain idea, you can never evolve away from it with time? So I think that's a ridiculous offense that they keep launching towards him.
Sure. Candace, exit question. What have you learned about speaking out at UCLA, the firestorm that ensued, and Kanye backing you?
I've learned that the left would like their slaves back. They've created a system where black people are ideological slaves, and we tested this theory very quickly. He simply said 7 words, I like the way Candace Owens thinks, and this became a front news story across every single platform that you could possibly dream of, and that is only because he is not allowed to think differently as a black man.
All right. Candace, we thank you very much for coming on live and telling us your story.
Candace, stay strong. I know this has been a difficult week for you. Thanks for coming on.